Welcome back to my channel. This time I continue my review of old Canon FD lenses. This time it's Canon FD 35 to 70 millimeter. A very cheap plasticky construction that I didn't expect very much from. It has a zoom range here and of course the focus manually here, and it also says it has a macro setting, although it doesn't go that close. But let's have a look at what this lens can do on the 100 megapixel medium format sensor. This lens, the Canon FD 35 to 70 millimeter, has an aperture of 3.5 at the wide end and 4.5 at the long end. It vignettes at both ends, but not so much in the middle, but it vignettes a bit all the way through its zoom range. But if you use it with care, you can get quite good images from it anyway. But let's look at some images. Now let's look at the sharpness of this lens. Here we see an image at 35 millimeter with the most open aperture at 3.5, and there's a lot of vignetting here. If we compare it to the same lens at f8, the vignette has become smaller, but it's become more sharp as well. And if we go down to f16, it's become even smaller and even sharper also. But it's still very much of a vignette it has. If we look at the sharpness in the middle, it's okay sharp, but the contrast is not very good at f3.5. And let's then compare to the setting at, if we compare this to f8, we can see that sharpness has increased quite a lot, and it's not so blurry anymore, the image. If we compare it to f16, we see that the sharpness again is declining due to diffraction. But if we look in the corners, the situation might be somewhat different. So let's have a look here in the corners. This is 3.5 and this is f16, where it's almost the same, but in the middle between those two, sharpness is much better. So f8 is actually the best setting here, but sharpness still isn't very good here in the extreme corners. Now let's look at if we compare 70mm, same again. Here we see that there's very little vignetting here. It actually increases when you stop down. This is at f8 and this is at f16. So here f4.5 with this most open aperture here is the best setting. But let's look at sharpness then. If we zoom into the middle, we see once again that the contrast is not very good at the most open setting. If we compare again to that's not the right image. If we compare it to f8 here, sharpness is much better, though contrast still a bit low at f8. If we compare it to f16, we see again that diffraction is setting in and making the resolution a bit lower. Now let's move to the corners, and here the situation is quite different. Actually, f4.5 here and f16 here is definitely sharper in the corners, and if we stop down to f8 only, we see also here that the f8 is pretty sharp in the corners compared to f4.5, but also compared to f16. So again, in the middle of the aperture range, the sharpness is best. I hope you liked the review of the Canon FD 35 to 70mm lens, my old Canon lens that I have used on some of my FD cameras previously, but now tested out on the 100 megapixel X2D camera. Of course, it couldn't quite stand up to this awesome camera, but I think it can be used for a lot of purposes anyway. So thank you very much for tuning in. And if you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel and also hit the like button. Thank you very much for this time, and bye for now.